Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Jenna Schaefer, licensed psychotherapist. I help people navigate, leave, and heal from toxic and narcissistic relationships, codependency, and recover from relational trauma. And I'd like to welcome you to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you all tips and techniques on how to set effective boundaries with a narcissist. You probably heard or read at some point in time that narcissists don't respect boundaries. Yes, that is absolutely true. But what I think happens is a lot of people don't know how to set boundaries the right way with a narcissist. So that is what I'm looking to discuss in this video today, to be able to help people that might not be able to get rid of the narcissist in their life. There's a lot of reasons why a person might not be able to go no contact with a narcissist. For example, if you have a narcissistic boss or you work with a narcissist, you're going to have to see them every day. You're going to have to learn how to navigate those dynamics in order to perform your job. Jobs can be hard to come by. We can work towards maybe trying to find another job, but that can take a long time. We might have narcissistic family members that we do occasionally need to see from time to time, or we might not be able to leave a narcissistic partnership or relationship for a lot of very valid reasons. Even people that are in the process of leaving might still have to talk with and interact with a narcissist if you share children together. Divorce is a long process. You might have to continue to live with this person that you are working towards leaving. There are a lot of valid and real reasons on why someone might need to continue to communicate and have to learn how to tolerate being around narcissistic people. So how can we start to set boundaries with narcissistic people? First of all, it's essential that we know what we want to set boundaries with, right? So we want to take inventory of maybe what needs we have that aren't being met, and also the behaviors that the other person's doing that we want them to stop doing to us. For example, we might want the narcissist to stop being mean to us, stop calling us names, stop gaslighting us. We might want them to show more consistency, hold them to higher levels of accountability. Maybe we want them to stop contacting us if it isn't necessary for them to contact us. This is a common thing that occurs in relationships where someone has to co-parent because they share a child with a narcissistic person. So it's good to know what exactly it is that we want to have stop happening and what it is that we want to see happen instead. This is kind of the planning stage to realize what the boundaries need to be. Once we know what the boundaries need to be, then we can communicate what our boundaries are to the other person. Basically, this is telling them what we are willing and not willing to tolerate, and also what the consequences are going to be if they can't follow our boundaries. The consequences part is probably the most important part of setting boundaries with a narcissistic person. We need to be aware of how we plan to enforce these boundaries when the narcissistic person doesn't follow them, and they probably are not going to follow them. Narcissists like to attack people where they're vulnerable. So when we tell them, hey, I want you to stop calling me names, you're telling them this is something that bothers you, they're probably going to do it more. Narcissists are adult toddlers, okay? They are antagonistic. They are going to continue to do the things that they know bother us. So when it comes to setting boundaries with a narcissist, it is way more about what are we going to do, not what are they going to do. If the only thing that you take away from this video is this very, very important point, then this video did what it was intended to do. Boundaries have to be about what you are going to do, not what the narcissistic person is going to do. Once we've expressed what we need or what we want to have stopped, we need to know how we are going to reinforce that utilizing consequences. As an example, let's say that you have to co-parent with a narcissistic person and they continually blow up your phone at all hours of the day. They won't leave you alone. They're taking things, derailing things, taking them way out of context. They're not about the kid anymore. They're about personal attacks against you because they're angry. Their ego is bruised because you left them, which they will never ever get over because they are a narcissist. And that is probably one of the worst injuries that they can have happen to them. A good boundary to set with someone that does this is having one email address that is not your primary email address, and that you will check this email once per day at this time and no more. And you will only be responding to things that are pertinent and things that that person needs to know about your shared child. I put this in my co-parenting video and I had someone ask a question, what about emergency situations? It is good to possibly have a third person that is aware of this arrangement in order to contact you in the case of an emergency. So that could be the school or the daycare facility. You know, it does require you to kind of explain a little bit about the situation, but it can be necessary in cases of emergency with your child if you're following this method of co-parenting. You have to be around your narcissistic aunt at a family get-together, and they start making passive aggressive comments to you about your weight, your looks, your career, kind of underhanded jabs that just, you know, hurt you to the core. Okay, then that's maybe the indication that you need to leave that particular party. You are only in control of how you respond. You can't control the other person and how they treat you. That's the hard part. And it is hard. Narcissists are nasty. They can be very unrelenting. Okay? They lack empathy. They don't have the ability to really understand how they're impacting you. And nor do they usually tend to care how they're impacting you. Your response, that's the part you can control. So to summarize the concepts in this video, you need to plan, know where your boundaries need to be. What do you want to see happen? What do you want to see stop? You need to inform that person what your boundaries are. They're probably not going to respect it. And you need to know what your response is going to be or the consequences. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If you liked it and you resonated with it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I release new content every week, and I would love to see you in future videos. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, and I will see you in the next one.